Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, the second day of the new year, and of course, the administration is up to doing what it's gonna do, continue to do, push and see how far that he can go before y'all wake up. That's really what your government is doing. Your government is testing you, and they want to see how much you will allow them to tear up before you actually do something. Hey, Stephanie, good morning. Good morning, Dr. Joe. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but the largest NASA's hold on, let me go to the thing, because I want to make sure I don't say this improperly. But there's a huge library that's going to close today because the Trump administration is closing it. I'm telling you, it's a war on information, because rich people, if you want truth, you have to pay for it. And if you don't have enough money to pay for the truth, well, you get propaganda. And propaganda is designed to keep you poor and oppressed. You're never going to win from propaganda. So today is January 2nd. NASA's largest library is permanently will close today. The government is throwing the books in the trash. No, they're not regifting them to other programs. They're throwing them in the trash. Books that your tax dollars paid for, they throwing them out. Fuck it, we don't need that. Listen, a government that doesn't want its populace to be educated is not a government that works for you. That's a government that works for people that have money. See, like, you know how rich people tell you getting an education is elitist, while they still send their children to get educations. They even lie to get their children into colleges that they don't even qualify to get into. But you believe when rich people tell you that an education is unnecessary, it's an afterthought. No, that's designed to keep you poor and indoctrinated, because education is the key to freedom. Education is the key to creating the life that you really want. Real talk. You having knowledge and education. But rich people decided a long time ago that you get overwhelmed with smart stuff. So they found a way to get around all that smart stuff so that you can feel more comfortable. I'm just telling you what they say behind your back. It's designed to help you feel more comfortable. You know? It's real talk. Y'all really need to learn. Elon Musk will sit up there and promote not getting education. Bet you all his children go to college. See, you got to understand something. They don't care. They don't actually care if you're wrong. That's why they don't mind teaching you propaganda. They don't care that you're wrong. They don't care. They care that you're confident while you're being wrong. So they want you to be loud and ignorant. It's okay that you don't know nothing, but you got to be confident in that shit. You got to lean into it. Because if you don't know nothing, but then you telling other people, but you speaking with confidence, well, shit, they'll start to believe you just because you speak with confidence. Rich people know this. That's why they push propaganda to you. It's about triggering you with a feeling. Fuck facts and information. You don't need facts and information when you got feelings. Conservatives have figured that out. That's why they keep winning. Oh, it's real cold. But if we ran into Trump today, Trump will probably tell us it's 90 degrees outside. And then get mad at you for not believing it. That's propaganda. That's propaganda. I'm going to say it one more time so y'all can hear it. This is why they push propaganda to you, because the rich people don't care if you're wrong. They only care that you're confident while being wrong. This is why you can't get nowhere arguing with MAGA. Y'all having the wrong conversation, right? You're having the wrong conversation. First of all, you're having any conversation with them. Don't talk to them. Don't talk to them. Yes, Blitz, I covered Trump next. That's indecent. I can't stand when folks have their nussies all out without being covered. It's indecent. Because quiet is kept. When I start seeing nussies open like that, I'm triggered. I'm tempted to stick my finger in there. I want to know how deep is it. So that's why I wanted to make sure I put this up to remind y'all who our leadership really is. Yeah, it's a waste of time talking to them. Because understand, one thing about MAGA, they're confident when they're wrong. They don't care about facts. It's about the feeling that they're chasing. That's why Democrats keep losing. They're chasing facts. Don't nobody give a shit about facts. They care about feelings. If you even want somebody to hear your facts, you got to trigger them emotionally. In America, you do. Because Americans don't seem to hear something if they're not triggered emotionally some type of way. Right? If they're not triggered some type of, like Patrimonio right here. Patrimonio probably makes 50 cents a day, and 25 of those cents are begging Americans online for it. Because when you grow up in generational poverty, and when you don't have any side teeth, you don't have much to look forward to. Isn't that right, Pat? I wanted Pat to hear that as Pat was getting blocked. I just wanted Pat to feel it. See? That's what MAGA does. See? Y'all be arguing, wanting to yell and scream. No yelling and screaming. You got to trigger them emotionally. And when you trigger them emotionally, then and only then do they hear what you're talking about. You ain't going to get to them until you trigger them emotionally. And that's a fact. Until they're triggered emotionally as people, they don't have a reason to change. Y'all need to be concerned that the federal government attacking all your information, your libraries, your scientists, your colleges, your schools. You need to be paying attention, because authoritarian systems always start by attacking how people get information. They're attacking your media. That's why most of your media don't tell you the truth. They tell you what the rich and powerful want you to hear, because the rich and powerful people don't want to pay taxes. And they want to be able to move throughout this Americas with no restrictions. And the only way to do that is you own government. That's why they want to control how you get information. Because once you control the inputs, you don't have to control the people. I'm going to say it one more time. Once you control the inputs, you don't have to control the people. Because the people will do exactly what you want them to do without you putting any effort in at all. Because you control everything they see, everything they hear, and everything they do. So you don't have to control the people. The system is doing that for you. The system that you created. The system that old regular working class people think they winning in. Crazy work. You understand why I'm saying this to y'all? And they'll tell you that it's about protecting kids, why they do all of these things. This is why they protect so much information. This is what they tell you. We're doing it for the children. But if that was true, libraries wouldn't be under attack and teachers wouldn't be afraid to speak. Now you got teachers afraid to tell you the truth. That 1 + 1 actually equals 2. Because you tell me who benefits if 1 + 1 equals 4. Not you. Because you'll be the only motherfucker that don't know how to add. That neck is blocked out because it's indecent. That's a nussy under there. I ain't trying to catch no TikTok strike by having that nussy all out. Say it again, Billy. They don't want informed citizens, y'all. Good morning to you, critical thinking. They don't want informed citizens. They want obedient ones. And when they teach you what to think, what to feel, what to do, what to say, how to act, well, you'll be obedient because you're afraid of what happens to you if you're not. That's the thing I'm trying to get y'all to see. Good morning, Cassie. They don't want you to be. That's why there was an attack on education. All the while, rich people getting educated. They're still getting educations. They don't want you to get one. You're the problem when you go reading books and shit. When you go learning the truth. And then you go sharing it with other people. They don't like that. They don't like it. I'm sure a dentist would love to talk to you, Phil, but you keep avoiding it. That's why you don't have no side teeth. Get off of government insurance, beloved. You've been blocked. I don't talk to people with no side teeth. Phil had a lot of attitude. Phil likes being poor. And Phil likes being poor so much, he wanted to be a distraction for me, reminding y'all about how rich people are fucking up your systems and your information to keep you poor, docile, and obedient. Anybody that got a problem with that likes that you're docile and obedient. And so that ain't an ally of yours. That's not a friend of yours. Real talk. That's not a friend of yours. That's a person that wants to keep you poor. 9 times out of 10 is probably somebody that's also poor that ain't even American. They got paid 50 cents to sit online for 20 hours out of a 24-hour day to tell you that they're a steel worker out of Pennsylvania and they love Donald Trump. And y'all falling for it. And y'all falling for it. I tell y'all, if knowledge is power, misinformation is a weapon. They know what they're doing. They're doing it on purpose. None of it's an accident. It's designed to get you to trust nothing but the people spewing the propaganda. That's it. True, Nana, I think I said your name right. People who are not American are not stupid. That's true. Americans are kind of dumb. Pete, I'm glad you enjoy white America. I'm glad you do. But you're telling us because you're thirsty for attention. I just gave you some. Blah. Why are you telling us, beloved? That was probably just a poor person of color. I said what I said. See, y'all have to understand, if you read books, Americans don't really like to read books. Y'all waiting for the video to come out. But if you read books, you would know that every authoritarian government starts off with controlling information. They always restricted books, always, because that's information. They restrict teachers. They restrict the press because that's information. That's how they do that. Because that's how they continue to tell you what to think without telling you what to think. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier, Nessa, about how NASA's library is shutting down for good today. The largest library will permanently close, and they're going to throw all the books in the trash. In the trash. They're not giving them away. They're not regifting them. They're not going to let you buy them. They're throwing them in the trash. After your tax dollars bought that shit. That shit. But rich people are doing this. Your tax dollars bought it, and rich people said, throw that shit out. We don't need that shit. I keep telling y'all don't want to be like rich people. Why are they closing it? Because Trump wanted it closed. That's all. Trump wants it closed. That's it. No reason. That's the reason. They want it gone. 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to end up where information from this point forward, if the government wants it, they're going to have to buy it from a company that Elon Musk or some other rich person owns. Boom. It's just another way for rich people to infuse themselves into your government and get guaranteed tax money. That's it. That's all it is. Guaranteed tax money. This is a central research hub that's been here since 1959. They have over 100,000 items in their library. The Trump administration says it's a reorganization under which 13 buildings and over 100 science and engineering laboratories will be shut down. They just shutting that shit down, baby. You know why? Because Elon Musk and his private companies are going to take over all that shit that government's getting rid of. They're going to resell it out. They're going to recontract it out to private companies, and then your tax dollars are going to be used to fund the pockets of private companies. That's how they're able to continue growth. I keep telling y'all, rich people and public companies need continued growth to get investor money. Investors won't invest in things if it's not continued growth, right? Would you put your money to invest in a company that had continued losses? Of course not. But you would if you saw that that company had constant growth year over year. Well, you got to get growth some kind of way. And you get it by infusing those people into government and those companies into government. Y'all are paying more now than you've ever paid for anything. And you're right, Sunshine. Once Trump is gone, this shit is never going back to what it was. Your government's forever fucked up for your lifetime and your children's lifetime. None of you will be alive to see any of it get back to even where it was. And it wasn't even perfect where it the fuck was. But you will never see it even get back to that because you gave your government away. You gave your government away. Jason, I'm deporting you. Your last name is Rosa. You probably don't even have your papers. I know you didn't come in all loud trying to talk to me. And your last name Rosa. Rosa, I know you didn't try that, beloved. Rosa, I know you didn't try that, beloved. I will vote for Donald Trump. Bum, 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 bum. I told y'all I love that song. I told y'all that song was a bop. I told y'all that song was a whole bop. I keep telling these people I deport way faster than Donald Trump. Way faster than Donald Trump. I don't do no due process either. But what you not gonna do is come in here and speak like you're a white man with so much privilege and with a last name like Rosa. Oh, hell no. Block. That's why you caught Dance Boot. The nerve. The nerve. See, I'm the one that loves to remind y'all about who you really are. A minority. A person of color. You're not white. See, I'm the bitch. If I find out where you work, I send letters to everybody on the job letting them know you're not white. Jason's not white. His first name is really Juan. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. You know what, Tiffany? That would make a wonderful movie. You know how they got the Sixth Sense? Well, you could use the Sixth Sense to find people who cosplaying as white, but when they really people of color. Listen. Little boy be like, walk into a room. The man take him to a room, be like, okay, you let me know. You see any people of color in this room? You see any minorities in here? And that's when the little boy go, I see Hispanics cosplaying as white people. Chill. One of the reasons why they've had why Hispanic Americans have gotten bed with this shit, because they've been able to cosplay as white people. But see, I remind you that you're not. Rosa. White people don't roll their R's. Juan. You know that motherfucker over there stewing. That black bitch. Cause you know Juan, aka Jason. You know they get rid of their accent and then they take on that southern drawl to try to be a cowboy. I'm gonna get back on there and tell that black bitch she don't know nothing about me. I know your name ain't Jason. Juan Rosa. I'm telling you, triggering the fuck out of them. Because people in their family probably telling them the same thing. When the fuck did you become Jason? When the fuck did that happen? When did you become Jason? Even his own family members is asking the same fucking question. Motherfucker, I know you all your life. You ain't never been Jason. When the fuck did you become Jason? Look, to Carla's point, your name is Juan Carlos. When the fuck did you become Jason? That's how they do. That's how they fucking do. It's like, stop the fucking cap. Carlos said, hold up, I'm black. But a lot of immigrants do that shit. Name really Victas. They change it to Victor. Why are you changing your name to Victor? Americans can pronounce your name. They can pronounce your name. Stop assimilating and integrate. Have your name. The name your mama gave you. We'll learn how to pronounce it. Trust me on this. I have a lot of immigrant friends with very different names. Guess what? I had to learn how to pronounce them. Say it again. Yeah, that Jorge shit be George. Fuck out of your name ain't George. Stop the cap. See, that's part of the problem. A lot of immigrants coming here they want to be everything but a fucking immigrant. They want to be everything but a person of color. Everything but that. Man, don't get me started on the Raphaels. Hey, Ted Cruz. Hey, Namrita. I'm sorry, I mean Nikki Haley. As if somebody couldn't pronounce Namrita. We could. But she didn't want you to get all, being reminded of the fact that she's not white. Oh, that's right, Nessa. I love when they say that. I'm not black. I'm Dominican. Okay, well, to the detention center you go, because my ass is black. Mm-hmm. They love to hit that shit. I'm not black, I'm Nigerian. What, to the detention center you go? Fuck you mean? We black over here. They love to act like they not something. Oh, we not that. Okay. Thank you for telling us what you are, though. Because America, what did we talk about before? America makes you make a classification, right? America makes you make a classification. But it's too many of y'all that's been running around here passing as something that you not. And it's fine time. You know what? It's fine time that we start outing these motherfuckers. You know how people wanted to out? Like when people were not telling people that they were gay and folks were outing people without their permission. out their passing asses, out their asses. Somebody be like, oh, Sarah. Oh, you mean Sarah her family from Mexico. Even if nobody asks you. What? Huh? Yeah, they speak Spanish over there. Snitch their ass the fuck out. Yeah. I don't even think her mama got her papers. Match that fucking energy. Real talk. Immigrants want to keep coming here and laying in bed with white supremacy? Cool. Cool. Then don't bring your ass into black communities and open up stores and shit trying to get black dollars. Keep your ass in the communities in which you trying to pass in. But, oh yeah, they won't buy your shit because they know you're not one of them too. Yep, ICE is just a call away nowadays. And I'm all for using it. I'm all for using it. That's why, honestly, I told y'all, I want Nicki Minaj to be deported. She should be deported. She was threatening Americans. She is here on American soil illegally. And she was threatening Americans. That's unacceptable. We should not be allowing immigrants to threaten Americans, especially if you're here illegally. Nicki Minaj should be deported. Yep, she should be deported. Send her back to her home country and send her baby too. Because you can't leave the baby with the daddy because the daddy's on that list because he's done bad things to people. That's what they should do. Send her ass back and send Papa Bear too. Because I don't really like separating children from their men. You know. Well, I would love to send Papa, but they not taking him. He a felon. That country ain't about to let him in. They not going to let him in. We going to send him to El Salvador. Yeah, we'll send the father to El Salvador. Or Nigeria or something. Like Trump be doing. But when a liberal gets in office, they need to deport Nicki Minaj. I stand by what I say. Match the fucking conservative energy. Because if you don't match the energy, they don't have no incentive to stop the shit. So deport her. Make an example out of her. So that other artists know you can go poking your big fat mouth inside a government business if you want to. But if you ain't got your papers, that shit will get you put up out of here. Real talk. So send her ass packing. Nicki ain't confused. She's not confused. That's the thing, Cindy. Nicki's not confused. Nicki's broke. She broke and she need attention. She broke and she need money. She broke and she ain't got enough money to pay Trump for a pardon to get her brother out of prison. So she trying to suck up to Trump and give him what she does have, which is her influence to bring as many black people and immigrants over to conservatism. That bitch don't care about y'all. Yeah, we broke, but the difference is our spouses can pick up our children from school. Catch that. Catch that. We may be broke like her, but our spouses can pick our children up from school. We're not actually like her. We can leave our children with our loved one. You can't leave your child with him. That's why everywhere she go, you see Papa Bear. Or that's why if you see her, you see that husband. Because she can't leave the husband at home with that baby. That's why I'm like, instead of her being online fussing with people, she need to be worried about what her husband doing. Or who he doing. But she don't want to worry about that. That's what needs to be the focus. That's what Nicki should be concerned about. Now, I don't know if y'all saw this thing that I put up here because I wanted to talk a second about remember how Doge came about? Because they were going to find all this fraud, right? Find all this fraud and stuff. Well, Doge did uncover evidence of fraud. They uncovered evidence of a single African immigrant who received over $38 billion from the United States government over the last 10 years. And I am waiting for that report to come out to tell us who y'all think it could be. Who could this African be? They got $38 billion of American taxpayer fucking money. And then turn around and told Americans they don't work hard enough. Y'all see what's happening, right? Elon Musk used your government to make himself rich, more and more rich. One of the reasons why everybody and their mama bought a Tesla were those federal government credits to buy electric cars. That's why folks was buying Teslas. They weren't buying Teslas because Elon Musk is some great fucking auto manufacturer who had solved some big grand problem. Tesla already existed before Musk. Musk bought Tesla. It's not like he didn't create it. He didn't create it. He bought it. Right? And monetized it more after he bought it. You motherfuckers can't even change your tires without paying a monthly subscription fee. You got to pay a monthly subscription fee to have access to new tires for a car that you bought. Crazy work. CNN just announced that BYD has overtaken Tesla as the world's #1 EV car company right now. I'm not surprised, but that's also why our government has blocked the ability. We can't buy BYD products in America. We can't buy BYD vehicles in America because Elon Musk didn't want the competition. This is why I keep saying when folks say, oh, it's not about, rich people want to be able to control who gets to come into our market. It's not about us getting the best deal, getting the best bang for our buck. Our government don't work for us. It works for rich folks to keep profits high and investments low. Or investments are made off the backs of our tax dollars. I would love a BYD as well. But you will never be able to buy a BYD car in America because the rich people who also sell EVs don't want that competition. Period. So you'll never be able to buy a BYD product. It's not happening. Ask yourself why your government wouldn't want you to own the best product out there. Because they're in bed with the rich people, because the government is picking the winners and the losers. The very thing that conservatives told you liberals would do, conservatives, your government, all of them do it. They're all in bed with the shit. EV companies never should have been getting tax credits to entice Americans to buy them. Because that's not competition. That's not competition. That is not competition. When the government's got to give you a tax credit to buy it, that's not sparking competition. That's socialism too. See, I keep telling y'all, as much as Elon Musk talked all that shit about people getting food stamps, he loves socialism. He loves socialism as long as he's getting it. But see, if you get the money, then guess what? He can't get it. If you get the money, then he can't get it. Elon Musk became the richest man in the world off the back of your tax dollars. That's how that happened. That did not happen because he's so smart. No, it happened because of your government. Your government made him the richest man in the world. That's what happened. Your government made it easy for people to buy whatever he was manufacturing. Think about it. If somebody going to buy a new car and the federal government going to give me a $7,000 to $10,000 tax credit for buying a car, what you think a lot of people going to do? A lot of people ran out and bought a Tesla. Now, they didn't think long term. Oh, shit, I have put myself into a a perpetual subscription, right? Because they get into a perpetual subscription with Tesla, right? A subscription for tires. It determines which features of your car you can actually use. You have to pay. They monetize every little. It was just another way for rich people to monetize every piece of a car that you bought, that you technically never owned the car. Even when you pay off the loan, you still gonna have to pay for all of those subscription add-ons. You are a forever customer. You are a forever customer. Yeah, charging ain't free. Think about it. Why would charging be free when the company has to pay for the infrastructure to provide for the charging? So what is my incentive to give you free charging? Don't even make sense. Don't even make sense. But people ran out and did it. I keep telling y'all, if something's free, you're the product. At first, charging was free to get you on the hook. To get you on the hook. They didn't talk about all the add-ons you had to pay for to get you on the hook. And see, I'm going to connect the dots with something else. In America, we have this mindset of people love to be envied by other people. So what did people do? They ran online and made videos about buying their Tesla in their car. And they didn't tell you about all the subscription shit because they was making content. They was making money. They didn't care to tell you the truth. See? Because they was making content. I'm trying to get y'all to see the game that gets played. But this is the game that's being played with you. They got you addicted and hooked on it. Then they monetized it. Y'all don't let these rich people convince you that it's okay for them to manufacture cars and sell them to you. And even if you got a loan for the car and you pay the car off, there are still features on that car you can't use without continuing to pay for them forever. What? I just can't believe that y'all fell for that. You said, my friend's Tesla ordered tires for itself without her permission. You know why? Profits, baby. Profits. Because see, the setting on the truck, on that car is always going to tell you to replace your tires before you really need to. What do they say? Just put your credit card in and do auto billing. I don't do auto billing. I only do auto billing on like 3 or 4 bills. That's it. And they're all less than $100. Everything else, my punk ass is going into the system and setting up the payment. Ain't nobody drafting nothing automatically. Fuck that shit. No. You ain't gonna be on the hook and just be tapping my shit. No. Auto pay that's another fucking trap. Because when they accidentally draft too many times, they can always take the money faster than they can give it back to you. Always. Pay attention to that. They can take money real fast. But when it's time to give you that fucking money back, oh, it's 10 business days. 10 business days? You didn't need 10 fucking business days to take the shit. Why you need 10 business days to give it back to me? Exactly. It's a game. It's a game that they play. It's a game that gets played. Because you constantly always have to have your head on a swivel about stuff like that. Or what you can do is set you up a Cash App account and only put in the money for that bill. And then sign up, because you know you can have more than one Cash App account. And then sign whatever that bill is, hook that to that account. That way the only money that is ever there is the money for that bill. So that way they can't never get nothing else. Because Cash App ain't gonna let them have shit if it ain't there. They gonna reject it. It's like, no. Companies love auto pay because that's guaranteed money. But what if I want to cancel? What if I want to cancel? Oh, then I got to pay you and wait 10 business days to get my money back. Now, fuck all that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm going to just cancel. I'm not waiting 10 business days to get my shit back. America, I don't even know how it is in other countries. I just know in America, once a company gets your money, it is like pulling teeth to get your fucking money back. That's what I do know. I can't speak for anywhere else. But in America, if a company gets your money and they weren't supposed to get it, you gonna have a tough time getting your fucking money. It is a full-time job chasing those people to get your damn money back. Real talk, because they don't want to give it back. I remember, I'm trying to think, I don't know what the name of the company was. It was my alarm company. So, because these every company got shit with them, right? Like, the alarm companies, they tell you, oh, it costs X amount of dollars a month for this alarm system, right? But they don't tell you, they're going to charge you almost a whole fucking brick for the damn panel in your house. The installation. That's how they get you. On the installation and all this other shit, right? So, I was paying on, I had them break down the payments and I was paying on that. So at the end, I noticed that I had a credit of like $5. I was on them people's asses. Do you understand me? I don't give a fuck that it's $5. If I owed you bastards $5, y'all would be sending me fucking threatening mail consistently for your fucking $5. So I'm matching that same fucking energy for my motherfucking $5. So every time I was calling monthly, I want my $5. Y'all owe me $5. I see the credit on the thing right here. I already paid this. I want a check for $5. It's a credit. I don't need no fucking credit. I want my cash. I made them cut me a check for $5 fucking dollars. You gonna give me my money. Y'all better learn to match that same fucking energy, because they would give you no grace. These companies will give you no grace. Don't give them none. I'm gonna tell you right now, I've been in a back and forth battle with my dentist for the last couple of years, right? Because a couple of years ago, I was paying for services, but I didn't realize that my dentist wasn't double checking with my insurance company before they was telling me what my part would be. My part was actually cheaper than what they were telling me. So I had paid all this money. Then when everything finally got finished getting processed with the insurance companies, I found out one day when I had paid for another service, because the dentist didn't say shit, that I had a $400 and something credit at the dentist's office. Fuck, I look like giving the dentist $400 and something fucking dollars. Somebody I know who got money is a damn dentist. Dentists got a lot of money, okay? People don't even pay attention to dentists, but dentists be sitting on stacks. They sitting on bricks. A lot of them. Okay, fine. Right? So me being the bitch that I am, you gonna run me my motherfucking money. So every time I go there, they like, oh, that's in another system. I'm like, oh, well, in this system, you say I owe you for this service. I'm not paying you nothing, because I got $400 and $400 and something in the other payment system. So you need to get your ass in that other system and apply that money to this balance, because I'm not paying shit. Because I know y'all owe me money. And until we use every last fucking dime of that credit, you're not getting nothing. That's the energy y'all got to have with these people. Because the thing about rich and powerful people is they think out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, they can talk about they switch payment systems. I don't give a fuck. That's not my problem. That's y'all's problem that y'all switch payment systems. You need to figure that out. So then they had somebody called me a couple weeks back and was like, oh, we trying to resolve this balance on your bill. And I told the lady, I don't know why you calling me to resolve anything. I have a credit in your other system. You need to go get that fucking money. Like you told me you was going to do when I was there for this service. When I told you I wasn't paying then because I had money on the books in there. And I'm not going to stop until y'all credit all that fucking money. Y'all got time, bitch. I got time. But you not getting my money for free to sit on it. No, we're not doing that. I worked hard for that money. You're going to give me the service and you're going to apply those credits that I have in your system to what any other services that I get. I'm like, I'm not having it. See, I don't know if y'all noticed this. With a lot of your dental companies, a lot of your dental companies have been bought out by private equity companies. Real quiet, too. They keep the name the same, the staff the same. They even keep the same dentists in there. But it's not the same business, right? Because they chasing money at that point. That's why you need all these extra services all the time that you never needed before at the dentist now. That's why it's like that now at the dentist. That's why it's like that because they don't make big announcements. You got to catch the subtleties. Sometimes, like if they had pictures of the owners up in your dentist's office, those pictures will be removed. That area will be repurposed, but they won't say nothing. They won't say nothing. So challenge your fucking, because I know last time I went to the dentist, see, I got this thing about oral care, right? I'm neurotic about my teeth. And I noticed this the last time I went to my dentist. The last time I went to my dentist, I noticed that they were recommending, so my dentist said, you should get some scaling done. And I'm like, okay, I had scaling like over 20 years ago. I'll do that again. I'm all for having really extra clean teeth. No problem. And I have slacked off a little bit sometimes. Okay, I do that. I trusted my dentist, right? Then they like, yeah, you need to do this every 3 months. I'm like, wait a fucking minute. You mean to tell me every 3 fucking months I need to come in here and do a scaling? My teeth are, no. My teeth ain't hardly that bad. No. I'm not buying that. All of a sudden, I need implants that I never needed before. See, you're talking about a woman that goes every 6 months for a cleaning. You understand, right? So I'm like, wait a minute. How did we go from I was doing really good to all of a sudden I need a scaling every 3 months, but I didn't have a gum infection? Amari, I didn't have a gum infection. That's the thing. I had no infection. There are no infections in here at all. At all. And me being me, because I love the dentist and I love a good deep clean, and I was like, man, fuck it. I do a scaling, no problem. It makes sense if somebody don't take care of their teeth, dude. But I take care of mine. Don't have gingivitis. PR princess, don't have that. No, what it is the motherfuckers are trying to make money. I know for a fact that my dentist office was bought out by another company. That's how that new billing system came about. That's why they don't want to give me my motherfucking credit and apply it to services done when I come now. That's why. Because the new company, they don't give a fuck about the credit from the old owners. They don't care. All they care about is getting their money. No, I'm not doing that. I just didn't understand, because the same dentist is still in the building, but all of a sudden now I need implants. When the fuck did that happen? I come here every 6 months. Now I need, cause I'm gonna tell you what my thought was. So when did my dentist notice that that my teeth were apparently, I guess, rotting in my mouth? That's why I need implants. But waited to tell me till it was time. What? Okay. Y'all can fall for that shit if you want to. I'm telling y'all, ask your dentist office from now on. Are you family owned? Don't ask if they're privately owned. Because private, they'll still say yes. That means private equity. Are you family owned? Because that makes a difference. Same thing with your vet. Private equity done bought up all these vet offices all across America. Bought up all these vet places. Keep the same doctors. Keep the same staff. Keep the same name. That's why your vet care done gone up for your animals. Thank you, CJ. According to my dentist, though, I need to do all these things. I'm like, man, fuck y'all. I got to find me a new dentist. And I still go to that dentist for cleanings because cleanings are free. I just decline all the other shit that they try to get me to do that I feel like I don't need until I find another dentist. The key is it's hard to find a family-owned dentist practice, though, because almost every fucking dentist, vet, or doctor's office has sold their shit. Do I prefer private owned? I prefer private owned over franchise. Real talk. Way back in the day, I used to have this dentist a long time ago. I used to really love her, Dr. Hurdle. She had a small dental practice. It was just her. And I think she had 3 techs in the office and a receptionist. I got the best dental care out of that woman for those years that I went to that dentist. It was affordable. She offered payment plans. She did solid work. I never had to go back because something went wrong. This dentist that I use now that sold, you have to go back to make them fix shit. It's like shit that they so-called fix that didn't really get fixed. Obviously, because I'm back here, bitch, in this chair, complaining about the very thing that I already paid you to do that wasn't fixed. That's it. They're monetizing every fraction of our lives, you guys. Every fraction of your life. It's going to get to a point people won't even be able to afford animals anymore because they can't afford the vet care. They can't afford the vet care. And our animals tend to be they're extended members of your families, right? But if you can't afford the medical care affiliated with them, associated with them, then you're not going to have animals. And get this, a lot of the companies that own pet insurance are buying up veterinarian practices all across America. A company that owns vet insurance companies should not be able to own veterinary practices because it seems to me those two things are at conflict. Oh my God, Tiffany, you say you can't afford to take care of your dog's ear infection. I can believe that because it's very expensive. $200 for a last visit. God damn. Yep, it's about $400 every time you take them. Now I'm going to tell you, for us, my daughter's a vet tech. And one of the agreements that I've been, because we got 5 animals in here. We can't afford to do that. So one of the things is, hey, you need to keep working there so we can keep taking care of these animals. Because you kept bringing shit in here. See, she brought in 2 of them herself. Because I only would have had 3. And all 3 of them would have been old. But she brought 2 more in here. So I'm like, listen. So it helps offset for us because we don't pay for vet visits. And we pay very low costs for medicines and treatments and stuff. That's our saving grace. My last appointment when we took the dog, took Russ, I think it was $7. That's it. That's the only reason why we still have all these animals. Because otherwise we wouldn't be able to afford it. You said, why am I displaying that screenshot? Because I want y'all to remember that Doge did uncover fraud from a single African. You say, when you take your dog for yearly stuff, yep, $450, yep. Most standard vet appointments now are at least $400. That is the equity firms, the private equity firms, monetizing the care for your animal. When you look for vet care, you need to do the same thing that I told y'all to do for dentists. You need to be asking, is this a private, family-owned veterinary clinic? Period. You need to ask. Because if you don't ask, what's going to happen is you're going to get got. Hey, Sinopa, good morning, beautiful, and Happy New Year to you. Y'all going to learn. You're going to get got at these places. You have to ask. Private equity is buying up everything. That's why your property insurance went up. Remember I told y'all insurance went up 600%. That's private equity, baby. It didn't go up because it was riskier to insure your properties. It went up because private equity wants more profits from insurance companies. Wow, your vet is your high school best friend sister. That's a great hookup, Lori. Because I'm telling you, vet care is expensive in America. It is expensive now to own animals. Remember I told y'all recently I had to register my car. It cost me $500 and something to register my car. I didn't have no strikes, no administrative flags. That was just the fee. That was it. I got 3 years because I didn't want to come. It was either 1 year for $200 or I could do the 3 year for $500 and something. So I bit the bullet and paid the $5 something. That don't count my renewing my license. I'm in Maryland. Oh, and they give you payment plans. And I go, if the government offers you payment plans, they know that shit too expensive. They already know this. They already know this. $135 per year? Shit, I wish. Ours is $94 for 1 year? So you might as well pay for 3. Because you're going to be right back the fuck there next year giving their ass another $200. So you might as well just pay for 3. Damn. Ladybug, she says she been riding dirty for 20 years. In Maryland, it's hard to ride dirty. In Maryland, it's hard to ride dirty here. You got to have insurance. As soon as your insurance lapse, say you lapse on your insurance and your insurance get canceled, it's an instant $250 fine. Then it's $10 per day. No, it's $15. I'm sorry. $15 per day after that up until you get insurance. Oh, they gonna tear your ass up until you get insurance. They don't play that shit. They don't play that shit here. They don't play that shit here about driving around with no fucking insurance or driving around with no registration. Oh, no. That's why I hear if they catch you driving with no registration, they gonna take your shit. They gonna take that car. That car going to impound. That car going to impound, baby. Because chances are, if you ain't got a registration, you ain't got insurance either. And then if you hit somebody's shit, now they on the hook to repair their own shit. And having been hit by somebody with no fucking insurance sucks. So I really ain't mad at Maryland doing it that way. I'm being honest with you. Because I done been mollywopped by somebody that didn't have insurance. The shit is expensive for you. Because you end up having to charge it to your own insurance. And then you end up having to pay a deductible because somebody else driving around with no fucking insurance. So, but again, that's also why I won't be looking to, God's grace. I don't want to have to buy another vehicle anytime soon. While purchasing a car, you have to call. Yep. In Maryland, you have to show proof of insurance or your ass can't even take that car off the lot because the car salesman, the company, won't even let that car be removed from the lot. Maryland don't play about insurance. Virginia too. Virginia drive hardcore too. DC can be, but you're going to have a lot more people ride dirty in the city. But Maryland and Virginia don't play. Because again, if you've ever been the victim of being hit by an uninsured driver, it is a pain in the ass and it pisses you off that you're paying for insurance and now you have to charge against your own insurance and you have to pay a deductible. because some asshole didn't have insurance. And honestly, sometimes it's because it's too expensive. Back in my day, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I remember the days where you could get full coverage car insurance for $79 a month. Them days is over. I remember them days. I remember when you could get liability for $25 a month. Insurance. Not now. Not now. I remember when insurance used to be $600 for the whole fucking year. We would just pay the shit up front because it was $600. You just pay the shit up front. Now motherfuckers paying $600 a month. Good morning. Happy New Year to you as well. I remember those days. I remember. That's why I said America has jumped the fucking shark. That's why I've been complaining for years going, people don't see how high shit is. Maybe it's just me. But it wasn't always this expensive. $549 a month for four. Quiet as kept, $549 a month for 4 cars in this economy ain't bad, but that's still too much. Back in the day, people used to be I remember my mama had 3 cars. It cost her less than $150 a month for insurance on 4 cars. Less. That $1,000, that sounds about right in certain segments. Maryland is crazy for insurance. But it's not the state that's charging it. It's the insurance companies. It's the insurance companies. But they're doing it because government's not reining that shit in. Government could make insurance should be a public utility. Just like internet, electricity, but people shouldn't have to pay astronomical prices for these things. Our government should make sure we don't have to pay astronomical prices for these things. But instead, you know what our government does? Our government gets in bed with these companies. And as long as they're getting campaign donations to stay in jobs in which they overpromise and underdeliver, they don't give a fuck about how it impacts you and I. Right, we have no representation. We literally elect members to Congress, but they don't work for you. They work for the big money donors that you don't see. That's really who they work for. That is really, and when they go out and they campaign, essentially it's corporations paying the elected official to go out and convince you to vote for who those corporations want in power. You get where I'm coming from? Because that's really what it is. Insurance was something that was never as expensive as it is now. I remember having, most of y'all, right? Let's talk about this. For most of you with your car, your insurance deductible is probably about $1,000, right? Maybe some of you are $500, maybe. Back in the day, an insurance deductible was $100, $200, $250 was a deductible. Now y'all paying $1,000 plus paying $1,000 a month for the insurance. We paid $250. And even then we were bitch about it. $250. I pay for this fucking insurance every month. Now you pay every month and you got a deductible. Same thing with homeowners insurance. You pay all that fucking money for homeowners insurance. You still at least got $1,000 deductible on that bitch. And they still ain't gonna pay for everything. Your insurance company still gonna fucking nickel and dime the fuck out of you to avoid paying for as much as possible. It's insurance, but their job is to avoid paying out. The job is to avoid paying your claims. That's the job. We used to have Erie Insurance. That was our homeowner and our auto insurance. They canceled us because we actually used the insurance. Because we used it. As long as we would have kept paying premiums and never had a claim, they wouldn't have cared. But a bitch like me, I remember that I have insurance. So I use it. That's because if you don't use it, then why the fuck are we paying for it? Why am I paying for insurance that I'm not supposed to use? That doesn't make sense. To me, that doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm going to tell you another thing I use, and I think a lot of people don't use it. These companies, they're getting more shiesty, but they ain't totally all the way there yet. And so it's still to your benefit to use them. Home warranty companies. Home warranty companies, they're a great example. I have gotten a new refrigerator, a new stove. I forgot to use them when I needed a new washer and dryer. That time I forgot. I just bought that. But new stove, new refrigerator, HVAC system repairs, all of that through the home warranty company. Now I'm gonna tell you a hack for your home warranty company. Now, when we first bought our house, it only used to cost $50 a month for home warranty. That's it. Now, for you to get home warranty, it's at least costing you over $100 a month. Now, I'm gonna tell you a life hack when it comes to home warranty shit, just so y'all know, right? Because y'all know me, I love to figure out patterns and go, oh, that's how that works. Okay. So, with the home warranty, if you have older things, they're not going to fix them at all. They ain't going to even try to send a service person out. You know what they're going to do? They're going to automatically tell you, pick a new one. All you're going to pay is the copay, which is $100. With mine's is $100 copay. See, what I did was, when we bought this house, this house that we bought was built in the 80s. And some of the appliances in here were old. They were last bought in the 90s. See, you know how a lot of times when people buy homes, they want to move in and replace all the appliances right away? Don't do that. Don't do that. Let that shit break. Let it break. And then you're going to pay $100 deductible and get a brand new stove. Because there are no parts to replace it. It's too old. They're just going to tell you, pick a new stove. Pick a new microwave. Pick a new dishwasher. Pick a new refrigerator because it can't be fixed. It's too old. See? You say you need a new water heater. It's expensive. Do you have home warranty, dude? Because if you have home warranty, file a claim through your home warranty. Our home warranty company replaced our entire water heater. All we paid was $100 copay. See, y'all got to be willing to be uncomfortable. Because, see, I'm going to be honest, I'm being transparent on this. We had to go about about a week without hot water. I ain't going to lie about it. About a week. And we on well water, and well water cold as fuck. However, that week of boiling water and shit was worth the sacrifice. You know how much a hot water heater costs? I wasn't paying for no hot water heater. I told y'all I'm cheap. I wasn't paying for no hot water heater. I paid that $100 copay though. That $100 deductible. Oh, I'll pay that shit. I pay that shit. That $100 copay. Y'all motherfuckers better learn to be uncomfortable for a minute. Y'all better learn to be uncomfortable for a minute. Same thing with our HVAC system. In order to buy a brand new we have 2 HVAC systems. Because the guy that used to own this house, he was a general contractor, so he could fix and build shit, so he did all types of crazy shit. You know how much an HVAC system costs? We ain't got money for that. We ain't got money for that. But that home warranty gonna help you out. And if you got an older system, guess what? They'll fix it for as long as they can fix it. But after a while, they just gonna replace that shit. And you gonna pay that $100 deductible. And you're gonna have to put the Freon in it because no insurance company puts Freon in your machine. You always have to pay for Freon. And Freon's expensive. They gonna get you on that shit. Yeah, for the different areas. Like one side we don't even cut on because we don't have to in the winter because we got the fireplace for this one side. We just turn it on for the other side as needed. And electricity still be high as hell. But I'm telling y'all, that's how you can get new appliances through your home warranty company. You got to be patient and be uncomfortable. And I'm going to tell you something else. And when you do buy something, buy used older shit. So when it breaks, it can't be fixed and your home warranty company will just let you buy a new one. I'm just trying to help y'all. You understand where I'm coming from here? I'm just trying to help y'all figure this shit out. Real talk. Save your money. This year, 2026, needs to be the year of us being more resourceful. Make your butter. Bake your bread. Shop at the thrift store. Learn to repurpose furniture in different ways. Repurpose clothes in different ways. This 2026 is a year where folks got to learn to be more resourceful. Now, y'all, this morning, y'all know it's Friday. We're going to do Freebie Friday over on Patreon this morning. Now, listen, Freebie Friday is where I let you come for free and be a part of our Uncensored Live event. Because I do an Uncensored Live event after TikTok. Because on Patreon, we get to talk about shit we cannot talk about on TikTok. We have video, we do audio, we do pictures, all types of shit. And y'all, today we having a good discussion today. Okay, I got some good video today. Oh, I forgot to show y'all something that I found, because y'all know I'm always keeping up on what Erica Kirk is up to. I saw this thing. This shit cracked me up. It's not real. It's satire, but I think it's funny. I'm gonna just leave this here for a second. When I saw that shit, the saddest part is when I saw it, I said, the saddest part is I could really believe, I could see this happening. I could see this happening. Because Erica Kirk is all about grifting. All about grifting. It's Photoshop. She didn't really say that. She might as well, though, the way she hugged on his head. So I'm gonna put this up there as we're closing out this morning. You know what I call this one? Indica versus sativa. That's what I call this one. Bro got a hybrid. That's that hybrid right there. That's that in the couch. You did all that, dude, already. And they tell you this guy is tough. Now, did y'all see that Trump explained why he been falling asleep and why y'all see the bruising? I'm telling y'all, 2026 is going to be the year where more and more of Trump's aging comes out. I'm so sincere. More and more of the aging is going to come out in 2026. I'm telling you, it's nowhere for Trump to hide. He's about to be 80 this year. There ain't no fucking place for Trump to hide at all. At all. Okay, hold on. I'm going back. Okay, so he says, hold on, let me find the thing. Because I laughed my ass off. I was like, this motherfucker think we stupid. He think everybody's MAGA. You understand? He thinks everybody's fucking MAGA. Everybody's dumb. You know what I mean? And we all buy into the same thing. Hold on. Let me find it. Where is it? That is not what I wanted. All right, right, because he spoke about his health. So in a nutshell, Trump, you remember how the White House said that Donald Trump, he's the best and the healthiest president. He is having no issue. Well, essentially, what Trump came out and said was the exact opposite of what the White House has been saying. Okay, he says that he takes more. He has to take a lot of aspirin, than the doctors tell him to, and that's why he has the bruises and stuff on his hands, because he's taking all this extra oxygen and stuff. And he said this the other thing too. I want to show y'all something. President said y'all a lie. He said y'all ain't never seen him sleeping on the job. That's what he said. He said you've never caught him sleeping. That is a whole lie. And that anybody that's ever seen him sleeping is lying on him. He's just resting his eyes. Okay, Papa. All right. That's what my grandma used to say too. When I would be talking to her, and then she would be falling asleep in the middle of my conversation. And I'd be like, Miss Girl, you don't hear me talking to you. And she would say, I said, Grandma, you fall asleep with me. She said, I'm not asleep. I'm resting my eyes. I said, girl, no, you're not. You're asleep. My grandma used to do that shit. She was in her 80s when she was doing that shit. Not the shirts that say receipts. But he claimed he not asleep. He claimed the cameras caught him blinking. If you see somebody blink like this, their ass is asleep. Okay? They're not blinking. Yeah, we also have video footage. You're right. That motherfucker be asleep. But he says he's taking all this aspirin because it's supposed to be good for thinning his blood. And he said he don't want thick blood going to his heart. I'm reading the quote. The exact quote is this. They say aspirin is good for thinning out the blood. And I don't want thick blood pouring through my heart. This is our president. And then he says, I take the larger one, but I've done it for years. And what it does do, it causes bruising. So he says he's been taking these things for years. Dopey Don has been taking this stuff for years. And it causes bruising. So he's been doing gender affirming care, using makeup to cover up these things for years, is what he also admitted to, apparently, if he's been doing it for years. Now, according to his physician, he takes 325 milligrams of aspirin a day for cardiac prevention. They trying to keep this motherfucker going. That's not prevention, my ass. Bruh must got blood thick like syrup. That shit thick like heavy whipping cream or something. You understand? Like, what? Oh, you're right. It probably is Big Mac sauce. He got Big Mac sauce going through his veins. Maybe that's why he needs all them aspirin from all those hamburgers. Yeah, maybe that's it. It's all of that special secret, all that secret sauce. Now, Trump is saying, right? He said, and I'm reading another quote. He says, in retrospect, It's too bad I took it because it gave them a little ammunition, meaning too bad he got a CT scan that he got. Remember when he got that CT scan, he said he shouldn't have did that because y'all was able to talk about him being old when he took that scan. Remember when he said he scored the best out of everybody on it. I didn't even know what even that meant. What does that even mean? I had the highest score ever on my MRI, my CT scan. What? What does that even mean? I've had a many MRI and a CT scan. And I ain't never had no tech tell me you had the best MRI scan, the score the highest of anybody I've ever seen. No one's ever said that. Who are these people around him? He said, I would have been a lot better off if they didn't. Because the fact that I took it said, oh, gee, is something wrong? Well, nothing's wrong. So if nothing's wrong, why are you taking 300 and something? Okay. Y'all, we're going to talk about a lot of things this morning on Patreon. We're going to talk about Trump's health this morning. Right? We're going to talk about I was seeing something. We're going to talk about his health this morning. We're going to talk about Lauren Boebert. Because old Boebert's pissed off with Donald Trump because Donald Trump canceled a clean water project in Colorado because he mad with her. So we're going to talk about that. Okay. We're going to talk about the Jack Smith, because you know Congress released video and testimony from Jack Smith talking to Congress. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about this new version of diabetes that's out. I don't know if y'all know anything about that. Oh, and then as we wrap up this morning, something else we're going to talk about this morning. Trump admitted that he's also wearing compression socks. They trying to suck in them fucking fat ass ankles. I told y'all, didn't I tell y'all they threw all them dress socks in the trash because they stretched them out? Didn't I tell y'all? I told y'all. Nobody believes me when I tell y'all these things. I told y'all. I said those fucking socks. I told you. I said when he takes off his socks and shoes, they got to throw those socks and shoes in the trash. They too stretched out. I told y'all. Fast forward to now. They're throwing them in the trash. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is Ma'am Donnie. He got sworn in. I'm excited for New York. And the rich and powerful people are shaking in their boots. Just so y'all know, they shaking in their boots. Rich people don't like progressives. They don't like that. They don't like that. Oh, and then one other thing I do want to get on this morning is the damage that RFK Jr. is doing to our country with being in charge of our health. Anybody who voted to confirm RFK Jr., they are also responsible for everything that is happening to America right now. Everything. Okay. So if you're not a member of my Patreon already, it's free to join Patreon. Click the link in my profile and come on over. Okay. We're going to have a great conversation this morning. Give me like 3 minutes. I'm going to heat up my little coffee that I have in here because I did make me some coffee because I had some in my cabinet. I'm still drinking on coffee that they claim expired January 2025. Still tastes good to me. Them coffee grounds still taste just fine to me. You couldn't pay me to buy new coffee. Cost too much. Cost too much. And quiet as kept, the grounds, when I do use them, I don't just throw them right out. Look, I'm getting like, y'all remember them TV shows where they would have on people, the cheapskates TV shows, and we would see people like They had the guy that would rinse out paper towel and hang them out to dry to reuse them. I'm about to be like those people. Mm-hmm. Oh no, your daughter threw out your stuff. Oh no, Nessa. Oh no, Nessa. Oh no. So for me, honey, if it still tastes decent, I'm still having it. See, I grew up in a time you didn't just throw shit out because that the sign on the thing say expired by. We smell it. We look at it, see if it's any discoloration. Shit, but if that shit's still looking fairly decent and it still smells really good, we eating that shit. We eating that shit. So I'm like, yup, exactly, Nessa. Waste not, want not. Now, don't forget, you guys, tomorrow I do baking in the mornings on Saturday. We talk and chat and I bake a little something. I know that I need to do some chocolate chip cookies again because I got some stuff that I'm sending to a girlfriend. But yesterday I made can of butter and I made can of sugar. So we're going to make something infused tomorrow. But it's gotta be something that don't take a whole bunch of time. So I'm making my girlfriend 3 little mini loaves, okay, that are infused. I think one's going to be a lemon loaf. I think another one's probably going to be, I don't know. I got to come up with something. So I got to figure it out. I did pour the stuff in the mold. So I'm going to take out my can of butter out the molds today and put at least a couple of them in the freezer so they don't go bad. And do that. So we're going to do some of that stuff. A dude said she cooked some spam the other day that said 2025. It was fine. Of course it was. I don't be listening to that shit. Like, yo, that's when they want you to buy it again. Because they want you to buy it. Fuck that. Like at the grocery store, if you want to save money on meat, find the stuff that they trying to get rid of, take that shit home and throw it in the freezer. Take it home. Throw it in the freezer and then cook it later. Y'all better learn to stretch this money out, man. We got to stretch money in 2025. Okay? So, and this morning too, we're going to talk about saving some money too on Patreon. Okay? So I appreciate y'all all for being here with me this morning. I will be back this afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I didn't come back yesterday because it was the first. And honestly, I was watching 90 Day Fiance The Other Side. And I was watching that young girl play GTA 5 on the internet. That was really good. I'm up to part 5 of her going through the story. And it's just fun to watch other people play and enjoy it. Yep, Patreon, the link is in my profile. It is free today because I do Freebie Friday. So I'm going to heat up my coffee real quick. Y'all come on over. I know you're going to enjoy yourself and have a good time because we have a great time over there. All right? Listen. I want you to have a beautiful day today, Friday, on purpose. All right? Have a beautiful day on purpose. Don't let these people get to y'all. Don't let this shit get to you that's around you. 2026 is your year. It is. Today is your day. Whatever you want, you can have it. You just got to make a decision to get the shit and be consistent so you can make it happen. Okay? I love you all. Oh, you got your goals. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you, beautiful. Listen, thank y'all for the 100,000 likes. We got almost 200 shares in here today. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters as I'm wrapping up this morning. Number 1, this beautiful dude. Thank you so much, beautiful. Number 2, beautiful. My dog is Charlie. Thank you so much, beautiful. Number 3, handsome Marky. Thank you, handsome. Number 4, Miss Beautiful Shauna B. Thank you, beautiful. Number 5, Miss Beautiful Lori. And a special shout out to handsome number 6, Cedric Williams. Thank you so much, Cedric. I appreciate each and every one of you being here. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Can't wait to bake with y'all tomorrow. Can't wait to see you again this afternoon. And can't wait to see the rest of y'all on Patreon in a few minutes. I'm going to just pop this coffee in the microwave real quick. And y'all, we going to go. And I got a little bit of Epstein stuff too. We are going to have a great conversation this morning. I love you all. Peace. Have a great day.